goes on to a little get after it right here. The sentiments of the troops should be determined before battle. It is necessary to know the sentiments of the soldiers on the day of the engagement. Their confidence or apprehensions are easily discovered by their looks, their words, their actions, and their motions. No great dependence is to be placed on the eagerness of young soldiers for action, for fighting has something agreeable in the idea to those who are strangers to it. So he's saying the young soldiers that haven't been to war, that are all fired up to fight, don't listen to them. Because there's some agreeable in the idea of fighting to people that haven't done it before. And then he says, on the other hand, it would be wrong to hazard into an engagement if the old experienced soldiers testify a disinclination to fight. So if the old guys are like, hey, this boss is not a good idea, pay attention. A general, however, may encourage and animate his troops by proper exhortations and harangues, especially if by his account of the approaching action he can persuade them into the belief of an easy victory. With this view, he should lay before them the cowardice or unskillfulness of their enemies and remind them of any former advantages they may have gained over them. He should employ every argument capable of exciting rage, hatred, and indignation against the adversaries in the minds of his soldiers. Now, this is something I disagree with. I disagree with this idea. I disagree with the idea of telling the troops that it's going to be an easy victory. Of telling the troops that, hey, they're cowards. I don't agree with that. And because when you do that, there's a lot of things that can go bad. Number one, when you go against the enemy and you face them and they start doing good against you because they're more skilled than you expected, that's a problem.
Yeah, it can jam up your morale.
That can jam up your morale really bad. So I don't recommend ever disrespecting the enemy. I recommend you give them, not to mention, if hey, this can be an easy victory, what's your mindset going into it?
Yeah. Cruising.
I mean, first of all, you're not training hard for it. You think you're going to win easy. It's called, don't do that. No, you respect the enemy. I think the point that he may have been trying to make is like, don't be afraid of the enemy. I get that. Nothing to be afraid of, but respect him.
Didn't Frederick the Great say something like that in last time? Like something about remind them of how lame they are or whatever.
He did say something like that. And actually, the thing that he was saying, what was it that he said? He was saying, no, what he was saying was, only talk about the enemy with total scorn.
Right.
That's what he was saying. Only talk about the enemy with total scorn. And actually, he was also saying, like, you shouldn't even hate the enemy, but don't let anyone know that you don't hate him and despise him, which was kind of interesting. And he's saying the same thing, like rage and hatred and indignation. That's how you want them to be thinking of the enemy. So they both agreed on that point. But I disagree on the point of tell your men that this is going to be an easy fight, because it's not going to be an easy fight.